One the best country in the world to live. Many researches and surveys show that Canada is the most livable country in the world. From the economy to low taxes, from health to national income, from low crime rates to clean air, especially in the country preferred by international students who want to study in Canada. Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa and Vancouver are among the most livable cities. In Canada, which has an interesting detail as the most educated country in the world, more than half of the population is at least university graduates, and the country, which draws attention with its tolerant and polite people, is an ideal place for those who want to lead a peaceful and safe life. The Canadian government, which is very similar to America with its high living standards and technology-based industry, opens its doors to thousands of qualified immigrants every year. Two Northern Lights. Aurora Borealis, one of the most magnificent natural events in the world, namely the places where the Northern Lights are seen as the clearest and closest, are Yukon, Nunavut and northwestern lands of Canada. This color feast, known as the interaction of the magnetic field of the Earth with the particles scattered from the Sun, increases as the approach to the North Pole illuminates the sky with a greenish glow and sometimes pale red, especially between November and February. Yukon, which is one of the first stops of nature lovers, carries traces of the Gold Rush period, where you will have a lot of interesting information about Canada. 3. There is a letter to Santa Claus every year at Christmas time. Over 1 million letters are sent to the North Pole, Canada, to be delivered to Santa Claus. This application, supported by the Canadian Postal Service, first started 34 years ago, and over 20 million letters have been answered to date. Children from all over the world write a letter to Santa Claus at Christmas time and express their wishes for the next year. For the letters answered by the elves of Santa's elves in 30 languages, it is important to send pictures and drawings, post them before the 16th of December and write the address correctly. For those who want to try, Santa Claus, North Pole Ho-Oh-Ho, Canada. 4. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls, which is located in Ontario state of Canada, is thought to be located in America when it is often subject to movies, but only 1/3 of the waterfall is within the state borders of New York. The waterfall, which came to the fore with the movie Niagara, which was played by Marilyn Monroe, and which tourists visited among the places to visit in Canada, also hosted the films Superman and Pirates of the Caribbean. Niagara Falls has a history of 12,000 years and unique rainbow views, especially on the Canadian side, consisting of depressions caused by ice flows from the North Pole. 5. Cold country as Mars. While researches and signs of life on the planet Mars have been on the agenda in recent years, it does not emerge in interesting information. The temperature of -63 degrees recorded in Yukon in 1947 approximately coincides with the surface of Mars. Canada, where the temperatures falling down to -25 in the average winter months are normal, frequently comes to the fore in social media with news about Mars. Although cold weather and challenging winter conditions intimidate the students who want to study in Canada at first, the studies carried out by the country with a developed economy and living standards facilitate human life. 6. The Land of Dinosaurs. Dinosaur State Park, located in Canada's Alberta province, has been included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. In the region known as one of the largest dinosaur cemeteries in the world, fossils belonging to prehistoric life, including fish, amphibian, reptile, primitive mammal and dinosaur dating back 75 million years were found. Bones, most of which are buried in river beds and covered with sand and mud, belong to 500 species and 40 species of dinosaurs. 7. The longest street in the world. Yonge Street, which is located in Toronto, Canada, has taken its name to the Guinness Records by taking the title of the longest street in the world with its history dating back to the 1790s. The 1,896 kilometers long street starts from Lake Ontario. It is possible to reach at least 9 minutes by walking from one end of the street, which takes at least 40 minutes even by car. Yonge, where the city is the most lively, it is also known as a shopping, dining and entertainment center. Canadians are especially known for their success in the Winter Olympics, while the country's national sport is ice hockey. If you have a business idea in mind or are a businessman, Canada is a favorite among immigrants, with low taxes and state financial support for entrepreneurs. Gay marriages are legal in the country. Canadians are the second happiest people in the world. Because when you visit the country, it is possible to see people who express their happiness with banners and make compliments to others. The world's first pineapple pizza, Hawaiian pizza, was found in Canada. In Canada, drinking water is of higher quality than bottled water. It has a smaller population than the Tokyo Metro. Canada has lower gravity than the rest of the world. The third largest oil reserves in the world are located in the country after Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. It is the second largest country in the world after Russia. The number of lakes in Canada is greater than the sum of lakes in the rest of the world.